So you're an entrepreneur with a brilliant idea, a business leader who understands how to boost revenue, or a department head who is clear on how to enhance productivity. To do that, you're looking for funding, approvals, the trust of all stakeholders, and off you go. All you need is a solid business case, a vehicle to communicate your ideas, put yourself in the decision maker's shoes, and help them decide whether to give you those resources or not. Always start with an executive summary, a brief of what the reader should expect. It should include 3 main points: the problem you're trying to solve or the opportunity you're tapping into, the benefit measured by the revenue or savings expected in addition to any intangible ones, and the link between your project and the organization's strategic objectives. In the next slide, you should further explain the business need and its connection to the company's organization goals. This is your main slide. Highlight the significance and impact of your project within the organization's context. Remember, either a solution to a pain point or an opportunity to capitalize on. Your third slide typically includes the solution description, the project overview. This needs to be categorically placed as either new or enhanced product, a service, or an efficiency initiative, such as a CRM or an ERP system. It must fit one of those 3 broad categories. Here, you explain the general features of the solution proposed and how it fits with the existing offerings. The fourth slide is where you explain the effects of your proposed solution on other business processes. For instance, whether a new product will impact the sales of an existing one, or how would the market accept the new service you're proposing? Or are there any internal user trainings needed? And what is the organizational cultural impact? It's absolutely critical to emphasize the impact your solution will have on other departments, even if they are not directly involved in the project execution. You also need to explain the measures you are taking as part of your project to manage this impact on those departments. It's time now to provide your high-level project plan, the activities timeline, your core team members, and the resources needed, all mapped around the main project deliverables. Now you have their attention. You explain to the powers that be your amazing idea. You won their hearts with the impact and benefits. You made them drool over the outcomes. Then bam! Hit them with the risks. What could go wrong if the project goes on? Here, make sure you keep all your biases at check. Better consult with all stakeholders and add any negative comments or expectations which you have evaluated to be possible or even probable. At this point, I like to conclude with the boring numbers, mostly because it's for the CFO and partly because it would be good to wind them down on a positive note, especially after the risks part. Here, you need to mention 3 main numbers: the net present value, the internal rate of return, and the discounted break-even point. Your goal, as paradoxically as it may sound, is not to get the business plan approved. Your job is to help the decision makers, those powerful authorities, make an informed decision. Give them all the data and information they might need to do that. I bet if your recommendation is not to approve your project, you would earn something much more valuable than the project resources: their trust.